It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Kyle Benedict as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict. Today we are talking about the 5th annual Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament taking place May 20th at Verde Santa Fe Golf Course. And here in studio is Cottonwood Fire Engineer Brandon Wacker, again talking about this tournament. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So first off, 5th annual. How did you get involved with this tournament?
Well, it started obviously 5 years ago. The police department started it. Sergeant Josh Fredette came up with the idea he wanted to do something, do a charity golf tournament for some. So they started it. I caught wind of it. I love golf, play it all the time, and I'm always wanting to help out the community and things like that. So I'm like, hey, can I help out? So I jumped in and started helping that year, and then the second and third year I kind of stepped more into leading roles, and now I've taken it over. I mean, they still help me and everything, but I've kind of taken the lead as far as coordinating it all, just with my background of knowing how the golf tournaments are ran and things like that.
Talk about that a little bit on what goes into putting on a golf tournament. You mentioned you've been with it all 5 years. What exactly goes into putting on a tournament, especially this size?
You know, obviously you got to find your golf course and get that settled, and then you meet with the golf course and you settle on a price and everything. And then as you get your committee together and you guys decide on how much you want to charge, you know, for each golfer, and then pretty much then it's just getting the word out, you know, getting registrations in and getting the word out there is the biggest thing. But I mean, there's little things, you know, it's you know, getting the raffle items, but then it's getting buckets for the raffle tickets, to tables, and making sure you have your registration form and your check-in stuff. There's a lot of little things that people don't really understand, but that could be.
It seems like ones I've played in and participated in golf tournaments. I mean, you show up in the morning and just getting everything out on display.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, when you walk up and you see the tables with, you mentioned all the raffle items, and having everything organized on where people are going to go, and then certain holes have different events or things taking place there. How has it changed, I guess, over the last 5 years?
It's definitely gotten easier. It's definitely easier every year.
That's good.
Yeah, you know, the first year was, we started months in advance and really pushing it, and now it's just kind of, just smooth, you know, we're pretty established. People know the Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament now. It's like, we've branded that name, and, you know, we have the same people come play every year, and we've had nothing but positive feedback, you know. They absolutely love it. They have a good time. It's fun. Goes to great causes, so.
Yeah, and we'll talk about where the funds go in a little bit later in the show. But first off, I guess, how was last year's event?
It was good. We every year we've raised more and more money. Last year was just over $12,000.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know, we always want to beat that, but you know, anything's better than nothing. So, you know, our goal is to get more, but we'll get as much as we can, and so.
Yeah. Now, how many people do you have signed up right now, and what's the process to register?
To register, you just contact me or the fire department and register your team. Right now, I believe I have 19 teams. We'll like to get 25, 26 teams. Okay. So hopefully we'll get that. Last year, I think we had 104 golfers or something like that last year. So.
Okay. Wow. And you mentioned contact you. To contact Brandon directly, his phone number 928-821-2317, and there's also a Facebook page, right?
Yes, there's law enforcement, or I'm sorry, the Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament has its own Facebook page. Go on there. There's contact information on there as well.
Yeah. You mentioned you're a golfer. I mean, something I know, I enjoy golfing. I am not a great golfer by any means, but it's events like this is just fun, right? And you mentioned the money is going to a good cause. Talk about kind of where the funds are going from this tournament.
So in the years past, we've done the 100 Club of Arizona, which is a great organization. We just felt it's time to maybe do something for us as far as keeping it local, to give back to our community. So that's what we're doing. All the money raised will be split between our Cottonwood Fire's 501c3 and the police department's 501c3, which are both used for community outreach programs and things like that. And then we're also going to try and start a scholarship program that could be for anybody wanting to get involved into police or fire. and need help with books or something like that, we can, you know, have a little scholarship there. Or for us existing firefighters and police officers that want to go to a training that the city can't fund or something like that, they can apply for a scholarship and get help pay their way to training.
And all the funds are going to go directly to those and just divided up evenly?
Yep, it's going to be evenly divided between those, yep.
Okay, great. And so what's, I guess, in terms of, do you have members from those organizations coming in and a lot of firefighters, police officers involved in this tournament? What about members of the community? I mean, do you see a lot of people returning year after year?
Yes. Yep. We have the same. You know, even golfers, people donating. Laserlight and Larry Green are big. Pond Palace and Law Enforcement Creations, they donate the gun every year for the gun raffle. So yeah, we have a lot of community involvement for sure, and it's, you know, anymore it's I go to them and say, hey, our golf tournament's coming up, and they're absolutely let me know what I can do. So that's good. Yeah,
awesome. And you mentioned it gets easier and easier every single year, right?
Yep.
So that's always always good. Again, to register, you can contact Brandon 928-821-2317. Now, do you have to have a foursome together before you actually register, or how does that process work?
No, you can register as a single. You know, we don't have any singles yet, but you absolutely can register as a single. We'll make it work one way or another. We're not going to turn anybody away. You know, so unless we get full, you know, then we may have to put you on a reserve list. But as far as till we're full, no, everybody's welcome.
And what's the cost to register?
It's $100 per player if you signed up individually, $385 for a team. A foursome, you give a little break if you have all sign up as a foursome. And then we also have sponsor packages. There's a silver, gold, and platinum package. One's $500, one's $750, one's $1,000. You get the gold and silver, you get a foursome, 2 to 4 hole sponsors depending on which one you get, and then 2 to 4 gun raffle tickets. And then the platinum package, you get 2 foursomes, 6 hole sponsors, and 6 gun tickets.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's a $2,000 value that you get for $1,000.
And is all that information on the Facebook page?
It's all on the Facebook page. The flyers are around town. Yep, it's all in there.
And then for more information, you contact Brandon directly. Now, are you guys still looking for any more sponsors?
Yes, we're always looking for sponsors. We got hole sponsors spots. You know, they're $200 for a hole per hole. And then we're really looking for raffle items. We need donations for raffle items. Is the biggest thing right now.
Okay.
The more the merrier.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
So.
I think that's one of the best parts about it is the raffle items.
We usually have a pretty good raffle, so that's what a lot of people come back for is the raffle items that we have. So.
And just anything, any specific items you're looking for? Okay.
Anything. We will take anything. Right now, I've got an autographed Kurt Warner picture. I've got Diamondbacks tickets, 4 Diamondbacks tickets. So Cardinals are sending something up. I'm not sure what it is yet, but they're supposed to be sending something. We got a guitar that's going to be custom airbrushed with a police and fire logo on it.
Awesome.
We did one last year. It turned out really good. Red Rock Collision did the painting, and it looked really good. So
cool.
Lots of good stuff.
Like you mentioned, D-bag tickets. Those are going to be hot this year.
Yep.
The team's looking good. So, okay, we're going to take our first break again. The 5th annual Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament taking place May 20th. To register or for more information, you can contact Brandon directly at 928-821-2317. Also Facebook. Just search Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament, and that'll get you there. So this is Countywide. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber.
You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
This was me. And Mom and Dad. And my big brother Alex. And Jack. And this was the day that I learned that sandals get their name from sand. That jellyfish aren't made of jelly. that stars don't just come from the sky. That the ocean is bigger than all of us. This is the day we all got to forget that I was sick. And it changed everything. This was my wish.
I call you and say, I'm with the IRS. You owe back taxes, and if you don't pay today, you're going to jail. You can fix this by sending cash. Did you actually believe me? Too smart to fall for it? Well, last year, Americans paid $100 million to guys like me. 1 in 6 people were scammed. Can you believe it? Well, you shouldn't. I just made that up, too. You are a little gullible.
Welcome back to Countywide. We're sitting down with Cottonwood Fire engineer Brandon Wacker talking about the 5th annual Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament, May 20th at Verde Santa Fe Golf Course, right? Again, for more information, 928-821-2317. You mentioned the charities involved, Law Enforcement Heroes, and then also Cottonwood Firefighter Association.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about more of those, about those organizations.
They're both nonprofit 501c3s. The CFA was started in the early 90s. They started it for just what it is still today. It's for community outreach programs, training, things like that. So it's strictly off of donations right now. You know, so it's gonna be good to start another fundraiser for it. But you know, anytime we go out, like maybe we change smoke detector batteries for somebody or something, they want to donate money, we have them just donate to the CFA. And like I said, we use that for CPR classes. We do a safe sitter program in the summer, teaching kids how to babysit safely and how to do CPR and things like that. It's a great program. Vacation Fire School, kids come in, they learn the CPR, they do fun games with the fire truck, with the fire hoses and things like that. They could go do water safety in the swimming pool, things like that. We do an open house every other year where the community come in to the fire station. We have demonstrations and they can ask questions, things like that. And then also for, you know, like an anti-drink and drive program we do at the high school. They have every 15-minute program. Some funds come out of that to help fund that program. So, you know, anytime a family member or something of one of the department members gets sick, we can send flowers, things like that. So, and then Law Enforcement Heroes is the same thing, kind of, you know, but they use theirs for putting on National Night Out, Shop with a Cop. The SWAT team, the Citizens Academy, things like that. That non-budgeted things that the city can't budget for, they can help offset those costs.
And all things that are extremely important for the community and things that the community should know. I mean, CPR, we just got a press release from you guys talking about you went to a middle school and gave some 7th or 8th graders, I believe, 82 of them CPR training. And one of the things that you guys constantly say is that the more people who know CPR, or I guess continuous chest compressions now, the safer the community really is, because that early given CPR is really critical to survival and just helping the rate of survival for the patient. So you mentioned training and how especially the Cottonwood Firefighter Association supports training. You talked about maybe getting a scholarship program together to help people who want to become firefighters. It takes a lot of training, right, to become a firefighter. Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit, the training?
The basics to become a full-time structure firefighter is you got to go through a fire academy, which is a semester, and then you have to do the EMT class, which is a semester. So you got a year of training, and then you can start applying for full-time positions. And it's the academy is pretty intense. You know, it's obviously for the job you're getting into, and then EMT class can be it's tough too, but it's definitely to me the greatest job there is.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, with the training, I mean, you mentioned 2 semesters, the EMT and then the academy.
Yep.
And that's through a college.
Yeah.
That's not cheap.
Nope.
Right. And then once you become a firefighter, talk about the recertification process and just everything that you guys do to keep ready and I guess your certification's current. Talk about that.
So your EMT or paramedic, if you go on and get your paramedic, either one of them, you have to refresh every 2 years. So you have to go through a refresher every 2 years to keep that up. But then there's other things, like some people get certified in like rope rescue or swift water, all these technical things that they can do. You have to recert on those as well every year. Wildland, every year, like just got done the Wildland recertification class, and then they have to do a pack test where they have to walk 3 miles with a pack on in a certain amount of time. So yeah, every year you got to, if you have these certain things, I mean, your EMT you have to do, I mean, every 2 years, like I said. But and then some people, you know, they like to do those extra, like I said, rope rescue, swift water, things like that, and then they recert on those as well.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of funny. You guys are firefighters, right? But there's so much more that comes with that title. I mean, rescues, you guys are out there for that. You mentioned the rope rescues, the swift water rescue team, and then majority of the calls that you guys tell us, and majority of them are medical.
Oh yeah.
It seems like. So the extremely important part of that is the emergency medical technician. Going back to the raffle at the Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament, you mentioned there's going to be a gun raffled off, and that's one of the hottest items. Talk about that and talk about the gun tickets.
Yeah, so this year, like I said, Law Enforcement Creations in Palm Palace, they donate the gun to us. This year's a Diamondback AR-15. And tickets are on sale now. We're selling them right now, and we're selling them up to the end of the tournament. When the drawing will be at the end of the tournament after the raffle and everything. It'll be the last thing we do is draw the gun ticket. They're on sale now. They're $10 each, or 8 for $50, or 18 for $100.
Okay.
And you can get those from me, myself, or you can go by the fire department or the police department, or Sergeant Miri at the police department has them as well.
Okay, and then can you buy tickets at the tournament?
Yep, we'll be selling them there at the tournament. Yep, if you want to come out and buy tickets there.
Yeah.
So.
What about at individual holes? Are there? You mentioned people can sponsor holes. What's taking place at some of the holes across the course?
So we got a couple different challenges out there. There's one's the swimming pool challenge. We got a little kid plastic pool, and it's out there about 50 yards, 75 yards, and you could pay $5 to get 3 shots to try and chip it in to the pool. If you land it in, then
I might as well just write a check for $75.
Yeah. So yeah, you try and chip it in. Then if you make it in, your name goes in the hat for 50-50. So you get half the pot on that. And then we do a turnout challenge where you have to wear our turnout coat and our gloves while you tee off, or you have to pay money to take them off. So just fun games out there like that we do.
Yeah. Any hole-in-one?
There is hole number 4. Larry Green Chevrolet's donating a brand new Chevy Malibu. So on number 4, if you hit a hole-in-one, you win the car.
Now, within the past 5 years, has anyone hit a hole-in-one?
Nobody's hit a hole-in-one.
No, you haven't done
close.
it, huh?
No, I wish. I haven't hit one ever.
I feel like if somebody hit a hole-in-one, they're on hole 4, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like the entire course would hear that.
Yep.
So,
oh yeah.
That's definitely something that doesn't happen often. So again, to register, you can just call Brandon, 928-821-2317, fallenheroesgolftournament.com. And again, when is the deadline to resign?
Deadline's May 12th for payment. I gotta have payments by May 12th.
And what's the price again?
$385 for a team, $100 per player, or you can sign up for one of the sponsor packages.
Okay. Now for these two charity organizations, Law Enforcement Heroes and the Cottonwood Firefighter Association, is this the main fundraiser throughout the year for them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you mentioned donations, whenever people donate to you, have them send it to the CFA.
Yep,
okay.
Exactly.
Great. Well, we're going to take our second break again. May 20th is when that golf tournament is taking place. We're sitting down with Cottonwood firefighter and engineer Brandon Wacker. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber.
You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
I didn't know where my life was going. With Wounded Warrior Project's help, I was able to get my life back in order. I thank Wounded Warrior Project not only for helping me, but also helping veterans that I know that are dealing with the same struggles that I am. Wounded Warrior Project understood what I was going through. I'm grateful that Wounded Warrior Project helped me reestablish my life. I am living proof.
Hello, I'm Jen Cohen, host of Verde Valley TV's hit TV show, The Verde Valley Experience. On each episode, we feature local organizations, nonprofits, persons of interest, events, activities, and great local musicians. It's informative, it's entertaining, it's fun. It's the Verde Valley Experience.
We meet online, and I tell you, I'm falling in love. I have to see you in person, but I need a loan for the ticket. I really think you're the one. And I really think you're desperate. Sure enough, you send cash and never see me again. Too smart to fall for this? Last year alone, 12 million Americans lost money this way. Can you believe it? You shouldn't. I made that up, too. Might not be as smart as you thought you were.
Welcome back to Countywide. We've got a couple minutes left in the show, and while we have a firefighter in studio, we thought we'd maybe talk about just the Cottonwood area and fire season, of course, here, and some of the things that they are doing, and also ways that the community can help prevent fires here in the last few minutes of the show. So first off, you mentioned special training for firefighters if they want to go into wildland fire and all that stuff, but in terms of just everyone in the crew across the department getting ready for fire season, what's some of the stuff you guys do?
Well, yeah, like we said, some people specialize in wildland. So we have, even though we're a structure department, structural fire department, we have a wildland team. So we have guys that have extra training and stuff in wildland. So if there is a big fire and they need more resources, they can call us and we'll send a truck out with some guys on it to help out. But all of us know, we're taught the basics in wildland, how to work a wildland incident until you can turn it over to Forest Service and the guys that do it for their careers. Like we talked about, though, the wildland certifications have to be redone every year. So they recert every January, February before season starts. They go through all their recert classes and stuff. So
yeah, and it's not. We've already had throughout the county quite a few brush fires from vehicles or whatever it may be. But it seems like the response is always more crews the better, right? Just in case, especially with the winds, you get the Forest Service involved. You have, of course, maybe multiple departments there on scene just to make sure nothing gets out of hand. In terms of what the public can do to help prevent fires and not even put you guys in that situation, what are some of the main things that the public can do to help prevent fires?
So we allow people to burn weeds and things in their yard, which is fine, but make sure when you're burning you have a hose right there with you in case it gets out of hand or something. Especially this time of year, it's always windy. The winds are going to pick up and it could push that fire real quick. So always have a hose if you are burning weeds. Watch for fire restrictions, though. See if we're getting to the time where we might start stopping burning for a little bit.
I guess it doesn't help to contact you guys, right?
Yeah, they can call us anytime. Yep. And the other thing is if you're hauling trailers, pulling a trailer or something, make sure the chains aren't dragging because they cause sparks. We've had a few fires that way. Down along 260 and stuff, people dragging a chain, throwing sparks, tire blows out, their rim running on the road. So make sure your tire's in good condition. Campfires, make sure those are out. And then if you're gonna people using grinders or welders or something, make sure you're away from any dead grasses or anything while using those this time of year. Because like I said, it's the conditions are getting to where the fire's gonna take off with the heat and the humidity and the wind and everything else. So.
Yeah, it was a wet winter, but the dry weather and the winds just sucks all that moisture right out. And I think you mentioned grinding. We also hear about when you're just mowing or doing anything in your yard. I guess you don't really think about it until it's really dry out and people start saying be aware of fire. That a lot of things you do could potentially start a fire. So just be smart. If you're going to be burning, contact you guys directly or your local fire agency. And again, like you mentioned, we've had a lot of brush fires on the side of the roadway that have been linked to vehicles dragging chains or dragging anything from their vehicle. It doesn't just have to be if you're pulling trailers.
Or people throwing cigarettes out the window, things like that.
And I think you guys just had one recently about that. So again, 5th annual Fallen Heroes Golf Tournament. Brandon Wacker putting that on again with the Law Enforcement Heroes as well as Cottonwood Firefighter Association. You can contact Brandon 928-821-2317 for information on registration. It's going to be May 20th at Verde Santa Fe. Thank you for joining us here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Have a good turnout there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thanks a lot. That's going to do it for today's Countywide. We'll see you next time.